I'm Bibhas Roy. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I specialize in shoulder and elbow surgery. PROMs stands for Patient Reported Outcome Measure. In healthcare, we measure patient outcomes after intervention of patients in many different ways. There are reported by clinicians, there are reported by processes. For example, the waiting time in my clinic today is going to be rather long. And there are completely patient-reported outcomes. These are questionnaires which have been validated for a particular procedure which the patients have had and now are going to say how good or bad they are following it. So it tells us the success or otherwise of a procedure. Like many of my colleagues, I've been collecting PROMs data since before they were called PROMs. During the Darzi period, the government came up with the label PROMs and said that we need to systematically start collecting data. And in fact, at a national level, there are a very selected few patients' procedures that are scored with PROMs everywhere in the country. PROMs 2 was a step further from that. It is a system of collecting, analyzing, and acting on the information that goes in through these PROMs based on the patient's perspective. So it takes a step further what National PROMs is already doing. This typically takes questions with 5 grades of severity. The first question says, have you had any trouble dressing? Have you had any trouble getting in and out of a car? Have you had trouble using knife and fork? And so on and so forth. That should have now taken it in, and you can see the answers are all in there. So if I close it now, I can save it completed. And that tells you what the scores are. It has done the calculation itself. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't take very long to complete these scores. And as these scores are generated, charts start forming here where you can start comparing it to future scores.
I think it's really good. You don't have to wait around in the waiting room 2 or 3 hours. Just fill a form in, questionnaire on by email, which is really easy. Post-op, pre-op, how are you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? If I felt that things weren't improving or I was still in pain, then I would refer myself back via my GP and I'd ask to be seen again. But this way is easier. Yeah, I felt I had more control of my treatment. I could put on the questionnaire. It was questions 1 to 10, score 1 to 10, how your pain was. If your pain was going down week by week, then I know that I'm doing well post-op. If I'm not doing well and the pain's not going down, then I would refer myself back to my GP, who would then refer myself back to physio or to the orthopaedic clinic.
The benefits are twofold. The first benefit is to the patient. The patient needs to understand whether the procedure they've had has been worthwhile, and this gives them a tool to measure their improvement or otherwise after the procedure in a way they can understand. So it transfers data that they enter into information. The second benefit is to the system. At the end of this, the patient may well choose to tailor their post-operative care. They may choose not to come back to clinic if they are doing well. In fact, that is what my pilot has shown. 80% of people who are doing well choose not to come back.